Here's an interesting looking object. What could it be? Keep watching to find out. Okay, Manas, what do you think about this object?
I think it looks like a fireplace as such because of the portable structures and the supports that are there, and
Okay.
the wood, the brown color thing that is there inside.
Okay, you said it looks like a fireplace. Do you see any source of like electricity?
Yeah, we can see a plug point that is there.
What size do you think it is?
Must be medium size that one can carry around wherever they go.
Okay, so this big, bigger, this much. Okay, that's not a bad size. Don't you think it should need a handle then if you're carrying it around?
Yeah, a handle also should be there if it's supposed to be carried around. But one can hold from the bottom as well and carry it.
Like this, like a tray? Maybe a handle would be more convenient, I feel. Like a lantern, you can just take it with you. And what if I take it to, say, on a road trip or go camping? Can you think of other uses?
It can be used as a stove.
Okay, yeah, so maybe this is an object with multiple uses, right? You can light your way.
It's multifunctional.
Yeah, do you really want to know what this object is?
Yeah, I'm very curious to find out what it is.
So this is from our collection at MAP in Bangalore. It's an object in the museum and it's actually a bread toaster.
Oh, I see.
Have you seen bread toasters before?
Yeah, I've seen several bread toasters.
Okay, can you walk me through the shape of the bread toaster in your house?
I would say it is just like a rectangular shape wherein two breads can be put, and after a certain alarm or something rings, then the bread pops out like that.
Pops out, yeah, on its own.
Yeah. Or maybe there might be a lever type of thing where you remove it.
But in this case, this looks entirely different from the other bread toasters that we've seen, right?
This is one of the older versions of a bread toaster that is available today.
Yeah, of course. It's like a precedent to the bread toasters that are available today. But also, when bread toasters were getting invented in the 19th century, when this is a part of, there were many varieties. So if you look up on the internet, you will see some bread toasters, they have like decorative elements. They have floral designs on the sides and like attachments that serve no other purpose other than decor. That is their point, okay? So there were many varieties and this belongs to that time period. And if you notice closely, you will see this shape that looks very much like a bread. Won't you agree?
Indeed.
Yeah? And what do you think is if now you know that this is a bread toaster, what do you think is the part that heats up the toaster?
Maybe the brown color part that is over there and the rods that are over there, that might be heating because metal is a good conductor of heat.
Yeah. These rods are made of something called nichrome or nichrome, which is an alloy of chromium and nickel. The heat resistance is very high. And so when it gets heated, they become red, super red, but they don't melt. And they can take the heat. And that heat in turn heats the breads, right? If you think of the number of breads that you can put in it, how many do you think?
I would say 4 because there are 4 slots that are available over there.
Yeah, that's true. And then when the bread gets done, you have to actually, I think, be around it. There is no alarm mechanism here. Any other questions, any other curious notes, observations about this?
I would say this is made of metal.
Yeah, what metal do you think it is? It's actually pretty easy to know.
I would say it would be copper and aluminum.
Yeah, that's true.
Manas, you're back. Tell me, how was your making journey?
It was wonderful. I could use my critical thinking skills to make this toaster.
Okay. Tell me, this looks so colorful and very, very unique. Tell me more about it.
So, as the user has asked us to make a provision for making boiling eggs and applying jam and butter, so we have fulfilled that requirement of the user by providing certain slot for the eggs to be boiled and for jam and butter to be automatically applied to the bread.
Automatically. Okay. So I see there are 2 slots over here for the bread toaster. So what about like how in the morning? How is it going to function? How quickly can you make the toast?
So it really depends on how burnt or how how do you want it to be cooked.
Okay.
The toast
Right.
you want. So it depends on that. So you have to set it on this timer clock
Right.
as such display. You have to set how much time you want it to be cooked, and then you have to press these 2 buttons. You have to put eggs and then press these 2 buttons so that the eggs will be cooked.
Okay, so
And
the eggs will be cooked here in these slots.
So you have to put the eggs, and a shutter will be there to
Right.
close it afterwards, and then you have to press the button.
Okay, great. And it will be like boiled eggs?
Yeah, boiled eggs.
Boiled eggs. Okay. What else? Is there anything?
So if you want jam to be automatically applied to your toast, then you can just press this button that is provided ahead of the jam so that it can be applied. Same for the butter. If you want butter to be applied, then you can press the button.
Very, very cool. And what's the significance of the red color? Is there any
It's,
thought behind it?
Not as such really. It's just
Yeah.
a random color that I've chosen.
Okay, do you like red?
Yeah, I would say.
Okay, tell me about how did you go about making this prototype? Like, what are the materials you used?
So to make the prototype, first I had made a plan of how the toaster will look like. So what features will be there, how much space needs to be cut for the bread
Right.
to go, and how much space needs to be cut for the eggs.
Right.
Similarly, such thoughts and measurements I took, and I made a plan. Then
Right.
I used cardboard to make this box and to
Yeah.
make the slots.
Right.
For making the buttons, I've used t-shirt buttons. I've recycled them, and
Okay.
I've used paper cups for the eggs and jam and butter slots. And to represent jam and butter, I've used ice cream sticks that are colored.
They are very cute. I love each and every part of your design. But say suppose we have to now, like this is a prototype. We use prototypes to actually start making the real product, right? So if you were to make a real product, what would be the materials you would use?
So for that, I would need to use aluminum and copper as such, because aluminum is a great conductor of heat and it does
Right.
not rust easily. So
Right.
the whole box will be made out of aluminum, and also the internal slots will be also made out of aluminum.
Okay, and the copper would be like the mesh? So
Yeah, the
because-
copper would be the heating source
Right,
that will be there. So you connect it to electricity, and then the copper will heat up, and the bread will be heated up, and the eggs will be heated up as well.
Perfect. It looks so good.
For this season, we partnered with the Museum of Solutions Mumbai to relook and rethink 8 quirky objects from the map collection. 8 very cool kids worked with map and Muso facilitators to create unique 2.0 versions of these objects from the past. And now they are ready to share their creation journeys with you. Check out more episodes on our YouTube channel, website, and our social media handles to know more.